What's up, everybody? For those of you who don't know who I am, I will introduce myself. I am formerly known as Brutal Rob Hands. I was the 6'7", 313-pound master and ruler of the world. Now, I'm not a wrestler anymore. I've moved on to different things. And what I'm going to be doing with my YouTube channel is I'm going to tell the stories, my experiences, my time in the 10 years that I spent in the Northern California independent wrestling scene. First things first, I want to get out there. First things first, this is not going to be stories about me being bitter. This is not going to be stories about me shooting on people, burying people. If you want content like that, there's a lot of wrestling content where people are bitter about the way their careers went. People shoot on people, people bury them. That's all over the YouTube area, the YouTube land. I just want to talk about my experiences and the things that I did and experienced in the 10 years I was involved in independent wrestling. No bitterness. Yes. Do I wish things in my career turned out differently? Yes. Is that anybody's fault outside of my own? No. So no bitterness. I'm just going to tell stories. So I'm going to give you guys a little preview of the first story that the former big man's going to tell. The first actual real video of my channel, which is going to be called, I've renamed it, It Smells Like a Story Time, Man. The first video I'm going to do outside of this little introduction is I'm going to talk about the first ever independent pro wrestling show I ever attended when I was 20 years old. I've been a lifelong wrestling fan. And basically, I grew up in the Monday Night Wars, grew up with WCW, WWF. By the time I was 20 years old, I knew there was smaller wrestling leagues out there, but I didn't know to the extent how many smaller wrestling leagues were out there, and I didn't know that they were literally at my doorstep at times. So that's going to be the first story that I tell. The first ever independent wrestling show that I ever attended, the matches that I saw on that show, the wrestlers that I saw and performed on that show, who I would eventually come to know later on and work with in some cases. What the event was, give you guys a little preview. It was a APW special edition of All Pro Wrestling Gym Wars. It was a house show in a sense, but they taped it for their TV show. They had a TV show at the time. I'll get a little more into that in the video. And they held a show at the Santa Rosa Veterans Hall, which was basically a hop, skip, and away from where I lived. And holy crap, I need to light this joint. I'm already on the back road. And, yeah. I don't want this video to go too long because I'm rolling in the big Bully Buick, or the Buick William Regal. But yes, the first ever official video outside of this little, hey, what's up, this is what I've been doing, I'm alive video. First video will be me talking about the APW Gym Wars event that I attended in Santa Rosa, which was the first ever independent pro wrestling show I attended, and was the reason that I ended up spending 10 years in the Northern California independent wrestling scene. So, stay tuned for that video. Probably coming later this week, because I got to upload this one, first. So, anyways, check out the channel. Hit like, hit unlike, hit subscribe. And don't forget, this is Brutal Rob Hands, formerly known as Brutal Rob Hands, and the channel is It Smells Like a Story Time, Man. And I'll see you guys for the first story.